Dear Boomer, I just came from picking up my solar eclipse glasses, and over the last 24 hours, I have come to find out a few things about the solar eclipse that I found to be very interesting. So I dug up my astrological chart, and it's in perfect condition. I haven't seen it for a while, but I found it. And I found out, well, first of all, the solar eclipse itself is 19 degrees in Aries. So I looked at my chart, and it falls right on what is, I shouldn't say commonly called, but it is called the YOD, the Yod of God, the finger of God. And I have that in my chart. I think a lot of people probably do. But this eclipse falls right on the Yod of God in the 8th house, which is the house of regeneration and death. Well, it is my opinion that this eclipse in my chart and in my life will be very powerful. I will be getting messages from the divine as we go on. To give me direction as to how I must proceed, and especially my online businesses, which are just wonderful, and especially as the animals. I'm going to be paying attention to my dog, Maso, my other dog, Pearl, and then I'm getting another dog for the week named Luna, and I'm getting a parrot whose name is Jeans, and he is coming to us for a week, and he will be with us on the day of the solar eclipse. Now, I'm very interested in his reaction, or actually it's her reaction to the situation. I will sing a few songs to her. I will put a radio in the room with classical music and jazz at night. And I will bring my violin in and play music for that dear, sweet soul. So I wonder, I just spoke to a proprietor at Modern Eyes where I got my glasses. And he said that we won't be in the path of totality, which I already knew, but we will see 80% of the solar eclipse here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. What they're going to do is block out about an hour of time so that they won't even have any customers between that hour of the time for the eclipse, which I think was so much fun, and everybody's really excited about it. And you know, I'm getting excited about it too, because I know that these things are very powerful. And I was I didn't expect that this eclipse would fall in such an important part of my astrological chart, but it does. And I will think about how that affects my life going forward. You know, there's going to be changes in the way I look at life. I think that it'll be very, very contemplative, very much of a link to greater things that will happen in my retirement. And I'm working very hard, and I'm putting things in place for my future. Now, what I have learned also is that not Leonardo da Vinci, but Albert Einstein came across the theory of relativity at one of the solar eclipses of his time. There were other things that happened. Chernobyl happened at the time of a solar eclipse. We've been having all kinds of earthquakes around here. I thought I felt one last night, but I haven't looked to see if anybody else, if it was registered anywhere as being an earthquake. The dogs were very excited about it, though, and very frightened, as they were the morning before when the earthquake struck. So, Chernobyl, there were other periods in history where I think World War I stopped the war stopped. World War I stopped at the time of the solar eclipse, and there were times in the past with kings and queens that I don't have that information in front of me, but I'm sure that it's not just a little simple thing. It's a celestial event, and I think it affects the whole consciousness of the planet and probably beyond. And I think we really should be kind of careful about what we do that day in terms of, doing any grandiose things. If we want to, well, I suppose if we want to take some risks, we'll do it. So I don't know what else to say except that I found out that my chart is very heavily affected by this. If anybody out there has an astrological chart that they can get their hands on, and if it's accurate and it has all the degrees there, once again, the eclipse is 19 degrees in Aries. And my friend Jonathan, his birthday is on the 8th, which might mean that the solar, I don't know what the degree of his sun is, and he hasn't had an astrological chart performed, but he might want to do it. And the 19 degrees in Aries might fall on his sun, but it might fall in any number of different places in his chart, as I had explained in another video. Yes, I really shouldn't be worried about anybody. Everybody has their own destiny. We are all here for a purpose. And these at times of solar eclipses and even lunar eclipses and any other kinds of celestial events, they point us in the direction of where we need to be and of our greater destiny. So having said that, I am very happy to say that we are all alive and well. Maso is with me, sleeping in the back. He was very excited to see the solar eclipse glasses. I wonder if I should keep the animals inside at the time of the solar eclipse, but they don't look up at the sun anyway. I could put the eclipse glasses on the dogs. That's a funny idea. Yes, I feel that there's something happening, and we know not what it is. And that's the beautiful part of life. There's mysteries. There are all kinds of different movements that are for our greater goods. People need to work on their mindsets in order to succeed in life. You can't hope to have anything serious started without working on your mindset of, success, as I mentioned the other day, equals achievement plus fulfillment. And when we achieve something, we feel fulfilled, and that is success. And that is, I think, a Napoleon Hill concept. Success equals achievement and success. Yes, yes, yes. I have just received my Napoleon Hill books from Russell Brunson, and I was really impressed. I mean, not only did I receive a book that he probably has some commentary in there, Think and Grow Rich, which is a classic entrepreneurial book, but there are all kinds of beautiful lessons about success and how to be a salesperson, which I never imagined myself to be, but I think that is what I am. So I'm going to read these books, and then he has a group of people that meet online, and his what would you call it, a Facebook, it isn't, I think it is Facebook, a Facebook community page that discusses these books. And Napoleon Hill was not just some kind of elusive character. He was very prominent in the days of his delivery of his material. He was well revered. There's a lot of mindset pearls of gems in there about how to conduct your life, how to be happier people, how to have high integrity in our lives. And that is a Napoleon Hill Trustees. He's very, very beautiful person. And there's all these other people that were publishing around the same time. And I mean, this whole idea of Russell Brunson going to Chicago to get these very rare books that nobody even knew about. And he paid $1 million for them. And he was afraid to spend that kind of money but he couldn't help himself because he's a collector of books that haven't even been published. So he published some of this stuff. Not Think and Grow Rich, but some of these other books that I got yesterday were not published previously. So I was hoping he autographed the book, Russell, not Napoleon Hill, but Russell Brunson. But that's okay. He autographed it somewhere in his heart. Namaste. Peace on earth. Happy eclipse. Mossy Moss. He's asleep. I'm going to take him for a walk in the park. Love to all. Peace on earth. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I just surpassed 100 subscribers. So we're going to keep on keeping on. Bye-bye.